Hello. So, for my ethnography paper, I decided to do it on the wonderful, illustrious culture. Culture of Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is located in the coast of West Africa, and I decided to, observe it because my neighbors are Sierra Leonean. They are part of specifically the Timni tribe. The two most prominent tribes of Sierra Leone is the Timni tribe and the Mende tribe. So as I was, doing my observation, one of their children, or let me say one of their kids, is also the same age group as me. So it was a little easier to, observe him, and he was more open to me actually being able to observe them and, for this assignment. Um, as I was observing them, I noticed, some of their more ritualistic behaviors. You know, they they have a large sense of unity. I would say that Sierra Leoneans, their community, they're really keen and big on keeping things in the community, tackling things as a unit, as a group. Um, that's one of the things that spotlighted that was placed on the community. Um, Another thing I realized is, they take respect really, really seriously, especially when it comes to elders, because they are like, the path makers for all Sierra Leoneans, all the future and everything. So, going in as an outsider, I would say it was it was very eye-opening to me, I would say in the least. Um, and they really welcomed me, and that's another thing I realized. They're very welcoming and opening. They didn't take offense to any questions I asked, rather if it was personal or if they felt like, they knew it was all, in goodwill and good intent. So, um, that's one thing they were able to accommodate too. Another thing, another thing I would say I noticed was I would also say they're very traditional. The traditions speak for itself. They have, you know, an array of different types of music, and their music is usually like a message. Their music is always giving a message, where it's like political, economical, or just some type of relief, or to put a message out in the world. Um, One of their most noticeable landmarks that they told me about was their beaches, because once again, the geographically it's along the coast, the west coast of Africa. So they really take pride in their beaches. When people travel or go there, that's one of the main recommended places to visit is their beach. Um, Historically, some people may know, some people may not know. Historically, they are known for, the diamonds. Back in the day when um, pioneers, we'll call them, went on that land and kind of in a way turned their own people against them for the diamonds. They had, the child soldiers. There's actually a movie on it called Blood Diamond with Leonardo DiCaprio. I've seen the movie. I wasn't too sure what country it was, or I didn't really pay attention to it at the time, but I went back and rewatched it actually during this project, and it really opened my eyes. Plus the observations I was getting from my neighbors, to what was really going on around that time, and insights on Sierra Leone and historically how big it comes. To go back to the traditions, I was able to, see and actually try some of their food as well. So their main dish that um I would say their go-to dish, that's what they told me, their go-to dish was cassava leaf. So cassava leaf is it's it's like a like a leafy plant herb, but they kind of grind it up and mix it with all types of like other oils and seasonings and any type of like meats or chicken or anything like that. So they mix that all together and it creates like a sauce and you can eat it with rice. Well, that's what they eat it with rice, and it's pretty good. I won't lie, it was pretty good. Um, to touch on back on the culture, they're major gatekeepers. As I said, the elders in the community, they're like the guardians, cultural knowledge, traditions they possess. They have a lot of wisdom that they give back to the community. The elders are really looked up to in their community. They embellish on, respecting your elders, always seeking knowledge from them. That's who they go to with any problems or anything like that. So that is um the bulk of most of what I got while observing. um, I've also noticed religiously majority of Sierra Leoneans, I'd probably say about 60% of Sierra Leoneans are Muslim as well. So that's something they're also pretty big on and keen on is religiously prayers 5 times a day, Ramadan, all that. Um, yeah, so my paper is still a work in progress. That is just, some of my observations that I got while also doing some research on it. So I will have more on my paper, of course, but that is, presentation wise, that's all I got. Thank you. Another key thing I'd like to touch on is their dialect. So the country consists of many languages, but the three that were mainly prominent, of course, was the Timni that I mentioned, the Mende, and then they also speak the Creole. That is like a broken English. So it's not so much its own different language, but it's like a different form of English. There's certain words in there that are English. It's a mixture of whatever tribe they are. So my neighbors, they are Timni. So they will throw in the broken English, the Creole, but also mix in their language, which is Timni. And I'm sure for the Mende people, they also do the same. So I would say culturally, that plays a big part in what makes them a culture, along with everything else. The religious aspect, the traditions, the food, the different tapestry of their clothing with the vibrant colors. Um, the landscape, the how the elders are looked at so highly. Yeah, that's what plays into them culturally and, sets them apart.